Well, here we are again with Easter come and gone, and no doubt many of you are still pondering about what your plans are for the summer holidays. Why not think about coming to Uganda? Here the tourist season well underway, everyone getting the bugs out the beds and hanging up the air waking the larves prior to the great summer rush. Personally, I don't pay much attention to the Easter business, being a Muslim, not allowed to eat eggs. But this year, we've been catering for people of all persuasions. For example, we've been holding the public executions in groups of 3 on any hill convenient to the scenic bus routes. We're looking forward to a pretty good tourist season, and we guarantee you having damn good time, no worries. For example, all the hotels here have to conform now to the stringent new code as laid down by the Ugandan Tourist Board, namely slinging out the Asian bastards what own the place and filling the premises with the highly trained Ugandan staff what's shaping up top hole. Soon as we teach them to stop eating the suitcases, we're gonna be able to offer the first-class service. Also, got to get them out of the habit of shinning down the lift cables with the room service requirements. Lost 15 waiters last weekend. Found them all in the basement, twisted round the central shaft, looking like a stick of licorice. Also looking for a way to stop the chambermaids coming down to the swimming pool at sunset and drinking it. Accommodation apart, we're offering a lot of interesting sights in Kampala and environs. There's the changing of the guard, which is where the incoming lot turning up every morning at 11 a.m. and shooting the outgoing lot. There's the opening of the stately homes, so the general public can see where the antique furniture used to stand, the old master pictures hanging on the wall before we took them down and put them on the back of the truck. And don't miss the famous tours of the game reserves. There you can see all the wild creatures of the jungle, the BBC reporters, the Tanzanian diplomats, 3 of my ex-wives, all roaming about madly in their natural habitat. There's only one rule for a tourist in Uganda. Anybody taking out his box brownie better watch it if you don't want to end up on a string in the gift shop. He get a bit of the traditional native carving where it hurts. In the evenings, we're putting on the shows of the amazing Song and Lumiere, which trace the history of Uganda all the way from the present day back to last Tuesday. This features such popular items as Idi Amin going out for fags, Idi Amin up the footer match, what Idi Amin doing on the holidays, Idi Amin singing along with his Geraldo records. Meanwhile, for those of specialized taste down the Kampala Gormont, the famous erotic film I'm in the Mood for Love. So as you can see, we're going into the tourism business in a pretty big way, on account of we needing to pull in the famous foreign currency. Now this turned out to be in pretty short supply since we've been kicking the foreigners out, so what we got to do is to kick them back in for a bit. Personally, I prefer not to let them get further than the airport. Just ask them to step off the plane, leave the travelers' checks in a pile by the gangplank while waiting for the next flight back. The trouble is that don't seem to satisfy them. Everyone wants something for nothing these days.